All caravan journeys start with the towbar. A towbar has two parts, the bracket and a towball, plus there's the electrics, so that your towing vehicle and caravan are operating in tandem. Hi, I'm Liz from Caravan Guard Insurance. In this video we're going to talk about all things towbars for caravanning. We'll go through the different types of towbars, as well as things such as the electrics, towing weight and how to prepare a towbar for towing a caravan. First of all, check that your car can tow a caravan. Will it accept a towbar and does it have the curb weight capacity to tow? Use the TowSafe service online to check. We're here at UK Towbar wholesaler PF Jones, so let's go upstairs and start by asking what are the main types and style of towbar.
There are two different types of towbar, fixed and detachable. The fixed towbars, there is fixed flange and fixed swan neck. The detachable towbars, one is a detachable swan neck, which can be detached from the vehicle and stored in the boot when not in use. And on some vehicles, factory fitted, there is a retractable towbar, which tends to be a swan neck that when pressing the button in the vehicle will drop down and can be locked into place. A few vehicles are available where you can fit these in the aftermarket. Deciding which towbar is best for your needs depends with the vehicle, whether it has reverse sensors on it, whether it will require a bumper cut, whether you prefer a fixed towbar which stays with the vehicle or a detachable or retractable towbar. A detachable towbar is a popular choice for UK caravanners because caravanning tends to be seasonal. A good half of the year the towbar is not in use. Towing neck can be detached from the vehicle, stowed away safely in the boot and ensure that it doesn't get damaged during the winter time. Fixed towbar is an excellent choice if you're a frequent tower and equally if you are towing horse boxes, small trailers as well as caravans. Benefits of a fixed towbar is that they tend to be cheaper than its detachable counterpart. They're also very attractive for frequent caravanners because you don't have to keep on putting the tow neck back into the vehicle, onto the vehicle and off the vehicle, which for the older person can be quite problematic. The disadvantage of a fixed towbar, fixed swan neck looks very, very similar to a detachable swan neck. However, it may or may not be picked up by your reversing sensors. A fixed towbar can spoil the looks of your vehicle, particularly a fixed flange towbar. As I mentioned previously, there is also a fourth type of towbar, which is a electrical retractable towbar. The benefits of an electrical retractable towbar is that they are stowed away when not in use, they keep the looks of the vehicle and they are easy to use by the customer. The disadvantages of retractable towbars is mainly price. When ordered with the vehicle, from factory, there is a premium, and in the aftermarket, there is only a limited number of vehicles where you can fit a retractable towbar to.
When you have a new towbar fitted, some initial preparation is needed. If you have a caravan hitch with stabiliser pads, like the very popular Alco hitch, you need to remove the protective paint from the towball. This is really easy, using some coarse sandpaper and brake cleaner. Apply the brake cleaner to the towbar with a cloth and then simply rub the paint away until the towball has a clean silver appearance. Now if you have a hitch that doesn't contain any form of stabiliser pad, then you should apply liberal amounts of grease. Using a lithium-based grease is perfect. Apply this to the towball head and then cover to prevent contamination from sticking to the grease. Ongoing maintenance of the towball is key to reducing creaking noises when towing and to make sure that the friction pads can get a tight grip of the towball. Before you hitch up, always inspect the towball. If you've removed the paint, wipe the ball with brake cleaner and a scotch pad, and this will remove any contamination from the towball and make sure your towing experience is a quiet one. Do this every time you hitch up, whether that's from home, the campsite or storage yard, and make sure you always carry a can of brake cleaner and a scotch pad specifically for this job. If your towbar is greased, make sure there are no particles or contaminants held within the grease and that there's plenty of lubrication applied. About once a year, wipe off the grease, clean the towball with brake cleaner and reapply fresh grease to the towbar to maintain its function correctly. Now alongside the tow bar is the electrics, and minimal maintenance is needed here. Simply spray the plugs with some WD-40 in the off-season to reduce the risk of corrosion. Well, the electrics are the second key part of any tow bar fitting, allowing you to connect up to your caravan's electrics when you're towing. So it will power up things like the caravan's exterior lights, as well as key items such as the fridge and leisure battery. Most modern caravans will have a 13-pin socket to connect to for all of this. Some older caravans will have a single or double 7-pin system. Now let's ask David about the different types of electrical systems.
When your tow bar is fitted, there are two types of electrics available to you. One is universal and the other is vehicle specific. The vehicle specific kit will enable you to have electrics as the manufacturer intended. And a good example of this is when you have a bulb below in your caravan, an indication will be shown on the dashboard of your vehicle. The vehicle specific kit will tell your car that it is towing a caravan. It will turn off features on the vehicle such as fog lights, reversing sensors, make suspension changes, make electric brake changes. It's very important to use an accredited, approved fitter who will have the tools and the necessary expertise to fit your dedicated kit safely into your car.
Thanks David. So here are a few things to consider when having your tow bar fitted. So first of all, make sure that you don't exceed the maximum weight of the tow ball. This is also known as the S value, and this can be found printed on the side of the tow bar. When having a tow bar fitted, it's important to use an approved fitter and to let them know that you're going to be towing a caravan. This will make sure that you get the correct tow bar for your needs and the correct tow ball, and also that you get the correct wiring system for your caravan and towing vehicle. And this will make sure that things like the fridge, the leisure battery and the lights will all work correctly. Make sure that you let your car insurance provider know that you've had a tow bar fitted, as this is classed as a modification. If you have a detachable tow bar, make sure that you lock it in place before you use it. And when not in use, make sure that you remove it and stow it away safely. You'll have paid a premium for that tow bar, so it makes sense to lock it away when it's not in use. It's really important to keep the tow ball nice and clean, so get into the habit of doing this before every trip. So it's a good idea to carry some brake cleaner and a scouring pad so that you can give it a quick clean and a wipe over before every trip. Once you're hitched up and all the electrics are connected, perform a quick lights check. So that's to make sure that things like the brake lights, the indicator lights and the side lights are all working correctly. And finally, make sure that the breakaway cable is correctly connected to the tow bar, as this is a legal requirement. So there you go, we hope you found this video useful, and a huge thank you to David at PF Jones. Don't forget, when hitching up your caravan, always connect the breakaway cable and always do the wind back test to make sure your caravan is properly connected. You'll be surprised how many towing accident claims we have each year for caravan detachments, and these simple checks will help to reduce the chances of your caravan detaching from the tow ball. For more hints and tips, head on over to the Caravan Guard website. Thanks for watching and happy towing.